Greetings and salutations, universe. This is Creeta, and this is Omnifactory. Ooh, look at this room. Look how many fluids we have flowing. This is just great. I really need to label those 4 over there, and this one. I thought, you know what, we should start this episode off with a bang, and, do a quest. So we have some fish oil being made, and that's a quest. It makes a diddle-oo, and now we have, another quest done, so that's cool. Not too sure where we want to go with this episode. We could do the obvious thing of going towards the assembling machine and some awesome circuits. 4th and final tier 3 circuits. Ooh, that looks really good. Or we could do something else entirely. I don't know. I should upgrade the kits. There's a bunch of things that we could do, right? A lot of it has to do with automation, so glowstone doped silicone. I have turned off, where are we? Here we are. I've turned this guy off so that we stop making silicone bools, but because we want to save, right? Whenever you can save, best to save, and we're using gallium to make silicone bools, but we could use glowstone and argon instead. Argon is free, remember? We have a little bit of it, about 6,000 buckets, and that'll get us going with glowstone doped bools. Not too sure about the Naquata doped ones. I don't know. We'll see. But for right now, these guys make 32 wafers, whereas these ones only make 16. So, there's a whole bunch of savings. Then again, it uses more silicone, but silicone is free, glowstone is free, and argon is free, so it is free. Whereas gallium is really annoying. So, yeah. Oh, that looks very strange. Actually, what I think we want to do is, in the quest, there's this slice and splice. Yes? Slice and splice, we need to make this head. Right? So to make this head, we need the slice and splice. This will also help us utilize the soul binder to make the sentient ender. The advanced alloy smelter will allow us to make stellar alloy, and then using those things, we'll be able to make a whole new set of armor, because I kind of skipped some, and I think that this is the best armor in this game, along with a pickaxe, an axe, etc. So I think that's what we'll aim at. So let's take a little quick peek, see if we just have naturally everything we need. Not quite, but I think that the gears are on call, so I don't think that's too bad. I probably should just make more of those, but whatever. That is all good. Let's see how long that takes. A slightly unfortunate amount of time, but that's okay. I love how the little models, they animate. So nice. It's a feature that I can never really get around, but there we go. A quest complete. Always a good day if a quest is getting completed. This room is full. We're gonna cram more into it, but yeah, it's kind of full. Can I move this chest somewhere? I'd like to move the chest somewhere. Is this one of those chests that I can still see below? It is. Excellent. So we're just going to pop that chest open. These are sort of not all, but a lot of the blocks that I do conduit facades with here in the painting machine. So just to make it a little bit easy, I'll put it right there. I can still access the architecture crazy thingamabobbers. This is how you get all the great shapes, guys. Come on. All right, there we go. Slice and splice, boom. Love it. Fantastic. Let's make it work. Having this DML set up where I can just go grab some matter and grab some heads is so nice. I cannot express how lovely it is to have all of that set up in such a beautiful manner. And heck yeah, I'm gonna call a double compressed capacitor. Those things are mental. All right, it's gonna pop up somewhere. Where is it going? I know we're making you. It's just a lot of you. We have everything on call, so it's literally just waiting a moment. That's hilarious. Should probably move these around. I guarantee that my conduits are or capacitors are close to each other, like so. This one should probably be down here or something like that. They shouldn't be in the same interface, because then they're sharing the same molecular thingamabobber assembler. So it can get a little bit tricky, but you know, that's what editing's for. And just like that, it's done. Yay. Capacitor, you are right there. Big fat boy. All right. There we go. Into here you go, along with some of you. What? You don't place the way I want you to place. Why don't you do that? Can you just do it the way I want you to? Or are you going to be difficult? You're going to be difficult? Okay. That is frustrating, but all good. I hope these shears work. And an axe. I don't know. Diamond as well. Diamonds are free, right? So might as well use diamond. We'll just toss these in here. This is a test. Beautiful. Love it. Now, ooh. Oh, you're going to have to be automated, aren't you? Because I can't shift-click things in the way I want. And you can't take more than one item. There. Are you happy now? You have your own recipe. Now you can be a little grumpy thing in my side. Now, I don't have anything like supplying it with axes or whatnot. We're just putting this thing in. We should be able to call it. You can hear it making a terribly filthy noise. Ugh. Oh, that is so gross. Ugh. Like blood is dripping out. I have never seen that before. Oh, they outdid themselves with that one, ladies and gentlemen. 100% outdid themselves with that filth. All right. What do we need for you? We need some tier 4 circuits and some 4x nichrome. Okay. Relatively certain that should be somewhat easy. We should have some of these actually crafted. So, whoa. Really? We're low on RAM? That's weird. How about 10? Just do 10 of them. We'll figure out the RAM problem in between clips. What we want is nichrome. We're gonna craft, I don't know, 100 of that. Beautiful. And that should be going through the thingamabobbers. Fantastic. It'll come out. We only need like 8 of these, I think. That's good enough. So that we can make 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure we'll end up needing more of them, but for right now, we'll just figure that out. As such, we are not making an alloy smelter. Are we making an alloy smelter? Oh, we are. Okay. Well, that works then. There's our second 4-tier circuit and alloy smelter. How fantastic. Unfortunately, that's no quest, but that's no big deal. What one of you do I not use very often? I feel like I don't use the lathe. I don't use the fluid extractor very much, or the fluid solidifier anymore. That's kind of strange. Now, how much power? You take EV power. I'm giving you like 16 amps of HV, so you should be able to run every now and then. I only need it to run intermittently, somewhat reasonably, right? So let's see if we can call N steel. Do we have that on call? Ooh, we do. Nice. Now, how much of this do we need? We probably only realistically do need the 51-ish that we have there. And then what? Just tons of grains of infinity? I think that we can accommodate that with our 143,000. Booyah! Now we just toss this into the... I just put this down. It's right there. We're going to toss this in here. Hope that it has enough power. It doesn't. It doesn't have enough power. It's dying. It's having a bad day. It's having a very bad day. Where can we improve on this process? One thing I'm noticing is that our vibrant alloy conduits are not enough to sustain certain things like an EV machine. So now this... What type are you? Hopefully you're a 16. Yeah, you are a 16. That should be enough to give it power. Why isn't that working? That's enough amps of HV to do one little thing of EV. I think the trick that we're going to rely on is something we did at the pagoda, which is relying on flux capacitors. These allow us to basically have a very large amount of energy in the buffer, and then whenever it uses something, right, I don't think we're going to make much of this stuff. All we're using it for is that. So this is like a one-off thing. We don't need to set up a dedicated EV power source, but we do get to demonstrate the usefulness of batteries. I hope. I hope so. I don't know why I tore this all out. I was trying to think, like, do I want to give this thing a dedicated power source? And I really didn't. I don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is just toss it right here. It'll get the power it needs. Now we just need to sustain it. And what we're going to try and do that with is a large sum of these flux capacitors. It's a shame that I didn't grab just a few more. That would have been really funny. There's so much power in here. It goes past, if you look at the RF amount up here, it goes past the limit. Okay? Like, there is, at some point, that's 1.8 giga RF, right? Right there. These things are crazy. They hold a ton of RF power. I think that it should be able to power this thing if it's operational. Please. Why? Why not? This works with LV to HV. Is that because we had multiple CEFs? I feel like it was because we had multiple CEFs. And I feel like what I should be doing is giving this thing a dedicated EV power source, because this is a one-off thing. I don't think I'm going to be doing this a lot. Why am I trying to jump through all these hoops? Alright, there we go. CEF. Put in some flux capacitors, the same ones from before, because we only have one vibrant alloy cable pointing at this, and under no circumstance are you to fail. There you go. Operational. Fully operational. We probably are draining some power somewhere. No, you're just okay. Is it right there? No, you're why are you a holding 3? I thought I got rid of all the holding 3s. Anywho, now we have access to stellar alloy ingots. Very good. Alright, now the sentient doohickeys. These things should be quite simple. All we're doing is making some witch vials, which is hilariously easy. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, that's plenty. That's enough. That'll do. You are going to go in here, and apparently we have to craft one of you at a time too. Can I force some fluid into the other location? Will you just function this way? Let's find out. Toss in that stuff. And it is getting the experience from this over here. So this guy is always being supplied with hellish matter from our system, making EXP for my repairing of my tools. Kind of like that. I love doing that. It makes me happy. But if this thing is able to just push experience into the soul binder, then all we have to do is supply this with a little bit of stuff like so, and just like that, we have the experience, and it's able to craft us our little sentient ender dude. How awesome is that? It's a little bit slow, but how many crafts are we doing? We're doing 6 crafts. So realistically, I didn't have to make this many witches. All I had to do was do this one more time after this, and everything's fantastic. This is probably all we'll ever need, right? I only see 6 things that I can craft. Ignore all the other things. Ignore this. Ooh, that's a pretty sword. I think that is enough stellar alloy. All we have to do is put some parts together, and everything's gonna be gravy. So, where, oh where are these little sticks? Thank you. 64 of those. Never need them ever again. Alright. Stellar pick. Love it. Stellar axe. Love it. Stellar leggings. Oh yeah, that's stellar. Getting all the things so that we can have a full suit of fantastic, wonderful armor. Wow, was it really 32 is the perfect number? How cool is that? What other things did we need stellar ingots for? Literally nothing. The sentient ender, I think we will need it eventually for wetware processing, but that is a tier 8 thing. We're on like tier 4, and of course someone has to be doing construction outside. Isn't that the best? Alright, now there are all sorts of Ooh! Oh, look at that. That's nifty. We're gonna have to put all sorts of upgrades on this via the dark anvil. I believe we should have one right in here. Let's take a quick peek and see what we are able to do with this. So, helmet. Do we really? There we go. We're gonna have to put like, look at all these upgrades. There's empowered, which allows us to have a charge on here. We've already done that with our swords and whatnot. This has empowered 3, for example. And there's going to be some fantastic stuff on here. Solar to keep it powered. We're going to be able to have inventory on our armor if we so desire. A really key aspect of this one in particular is night vision. Night vision all the time is going to be fantastic. I don't have to worry about lighting. I just put down some mega torches so that enemies don't spawn, and we are good to go. And then on the leggings, we have awesome things like speed, and then the boots. I think we have extra jumping ability, flippers, etc. Step assist if I want it. Usually I don't. But yeah, we're going to be putting all sorts of upgrades on these things. And then the pickaxe, there are some fun things as well. One hilarious thing is that we can go back to our old base, and we have all sorts of weapons that already have things like mini anvils and empowered, all sorts of good things that we can just kind of yank off of these parts and put them onto our new parts. Yay! That's kind of like cannibalism, but we're just not going to talk about that. Alright, I might have overdone it. You can't even see my eyes with this crazy armor on. Alright, we have the Huruchkingenberer. I don't know. This is a famous helmet. The Kavacha is, I believe, a Indian chest plate. We have Polaris, the most famous stellar object, so to speak, in the sky. And then we have the Leviathan, because these boots allow us to go into the water very quickly. Should have made some reference, because this allows us to mostly breathe underwater. Anyway, and we have the Galaxy Sword, because I've been playing some Stardew Valley lately. Loving it. We have the Creeta and the Galaxy Boar to match the Galaxy Sword. And all of these items have pretty much maxed out upgrades. I don't want to test the explosive stuff quite yet, because I'm scared of using this in my base accidentally, and then everything goes kaboom. But everything has empowered 5 on it, which is just mental. And inventory 3. Look at all that. And we also have extra jump stuff and step assist ready if we want it. And we can also have the pocket anvil, which allows us just to press a button and we have access to an anvil. How awesome is that? Oh, and I have wings. All right, so we have an Elytra. So if we go outside, right, we go flying, right, because of our ring, and then we let go of flight. Come on. We can glide a little bit. Hey, look at that. We're gliding. Oh, this is fantastic. I love it. So now that we have a fully awesome new set of armor, I'm not too sure about the eyes, right? That's a little bit better. But we can now activate night vision. Unfortunately, night vision makes certain rooms look really weird. I don't like how it makes this room look. Oh, that's so much better. That's terrible. Okay. But we'll be able to not worry too much about lighting anymore. Places like down here were getting kind of problematic. And I was able to set up a anti-bat thing, which just sort of makes it harder for me to be able to hear them. I think it's, where is it? Right here. This thing is set to have a blacklist of bat sounds in a range of 256. Very good. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? I want to take a look at all of this stuff. So the next bit of the quest area that I want to look at is the petrochem. So that is taking oil and basically processing it into a whole bunch of different things. Now, I'm just going to hit yes because I've read this. It basically says do a ton of stuff. You get lots of good fluids. The first step will be to get all of the sulfuric items, which is basically just a distillation tower on the oil. Pull out oil. I think it's just oil, right? Centrifuge, we can get some from soul sand, or we can electrolyze oil sands. There's lots of different ways to get oil, and we can take this, put it in a distillation tower, and it gives us all 4 of these. Now, I don't necessarily know if we have a very good spot to put it. So we have the VAB. VAB is very beautiful. We have the DML building. We have the subcomponent thing. Fluid room right there. I mean, it is fluid related. We could just go down another layer on the fluid area. We already have the... What would we call this? Charcoal byproducts? Charby chem? We could go another layer down for petrochem. I don't know yet. But it does need a location, and I'd prefer it to be on the surface and all like oily looking, right? Might put it right here. That's a nice little spot that we haven't utilized yet. And then at some point we need to cross over to this area over here. It might be a good separation point to allow us to use like new conduits, right? Right now our vibrant alloy ones are just not cutting it at all, and we need stronger conduits. So N steel, we probably should have been using this the whole time, and I might go all the way to signalum. But I'd really like to be able to get to Enderium, because that's just ludicrous amounts of energy. In any case, this is probably going to have to do it for the episode. I'm going to do the petrochem in between episodes, because doing a ton of distillation doesn't really seem super interesting to me. It's just set up a bunch of distillation towers, have a whole bunch of processing for that, and it will probably be a multi-episode project, just sort of to do here and there, kind of like all of this stuff right here, where I set up cobbled stuff-related items. This is sort of my new cobble gen room for this base, and eventually we won't have to rely on the other base at all, and that'd be really cool. Anyway, I'm tangenting. There's squirrels all over the place for me to go, squirrel, look at this! Squirrel, look at this! And, you know, I'm just having a good time with it. So, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Omnifactory. This has been Creeta, and, you know, bye-bye!